Ladies and gentlemen, the long anticipated James Gunn project is upon us, and it's your boy Icon with a movie trailer review for you. I don't do these too often, but I do make exceptions because I'm a DC guy and everybody and their mama talking about that Superman, and I watched the Superman trailer and I did have some things to say. So before we get started, hit that notification bell, like and or subscribe, and let's talk about a little Superman. So now, yeah, so we've already kicked off with the Creature Commando, so that's in the books, and everything's supposed to tie in together. When the trailer starts, he's lying in the desert, or well, the Arctic, or whatever. He's lying in the desert. So I'm watching the trailer, and this had to have been the best trailer that I've ever seen, where no one said a word, like no one said anything, no one talked, no character said. It was just like scenes and scenes, and I was just like, wow, this was really good. I liked it, and I do feel good about where it's going. Mr. Terrific, I mean, I tried very hard to stay away from like spoilers, but you can't avoid him, forever. So like, I've already seen Mr. Terrific. He looked good. Like, they showed like a little sign of Hot Girl. They showed Guy Gardner, and yes, although I know that is the comic book accurate Guy Gardner, his haircut looks ridiculous. And it's funny because the way the actor looks with the haircut, he reminds me of a character that played on Batman Beyond. It was like this weird, like, nerdy skinny guy with a pointy nose. He had like a bowl cut with glasses or whatever, and I think he ended up like juicing later on, and he ended up becoming like because it was like some nerdy kid. He got locked up in prison, and then when we saw him maybe like 10 episodes later, he came out of prison. He was like cock diesel. He looked exactly like that guy, but Guy Gardner was the only one that looked silly to me. I like Lois Lane. When I saw Lois Lane, I said yes, like like she looks like Lois Lane. I definitely, but we got to see what her performance looks like. I do like her. I like the fact that Superman, when he's Clark Kent, and when he's Superman, his hair looks different. It's not like, because when he's Clark Kent, he actually looks like a nerd too. Like, he does have the Clark Kent vibes. Like, I'll definitely give them that, because he looks like a geeky, nerdy guy. Looks like he could never be Superman. But I like the fact that when he is Superman, like, although he has like the big bushy curly hair when he's Clark Kent, when he's Superman, he does have it like slicked to the side. So I definitely like that. They saw Lex Luthor, as we saw Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor looked fine. I don't have a problem with Lex Luthor. He looks kind of tall. He looks very tall, but no problems with Lex Luthor. And the thing with having the other super characters in it, like Mr. Terrific, like Hot Girl, and like Guy Gardner, since the James Gunn universe is basically jumping off of the second Suicide Squad movie, Peacemaker, and Blue Beetle, if he decides to put the Blue Beetle into it, we've already been introduced to the Justice Society because of Amanda Waller in Black Adam, because Viola Davis and Amanda Waller is still part of the Gunn universe. So they brought up the Justice Society in Peacemaker. So there is a Justice Society, like that already exists, like that's a thing. So now you would have to think that Mr. Terrific, Hot Girl, and Guy Gardner, they're most likely a part of the Justice Society. So these characters have already been here, which means there are other characters that have already been there as well. Let's see what they do with the Batman. And I also have to say, doing the guitar slow version of the original 1980s Superman theme was gangster. You definitely get 10 cool points for doing that, because when I heard that, I actually got the tingles, so that was a good job. Now, here's the things that kind of bothered me. And because I'm watching the trailer, and I'm looking at it, and I'm watching it, and there was just something about the trailer while I was watching it that just kind of bothered me. And I couldn't put my finger on what was bothering me. I watched the trailer a second time, and I'm like, hey, this looks good. Like, this actually looks great. Like, this looks like something I would enjoy. Like, I want to see this. But there's just something about it that's not sitting right with me. And then when I watched it for maybe like the third or the fourth time, and I saw Superman in action, like saving children, flying, like being with Lois Lane, then it hit me what the problem was. I was like, why my man draws outside of his costume? Like, why they got my man draw? I'm like, in the last two Supermen that we had, which was Tyler Hoechlin Superman and Lois Superman, and then we had the Henry Cavill Superman for the Snyderverse. They did the Superman bodysuit with the blue bodysuit and the belt. Even in the Supergirl TV show, she had the skirt, and then she switched to the bodysuit, and she had the bodysuit and she had the belt. Why are we using the tiny whitey Superman costume? And I'm like, this is a perfect like James Gunn-ism. And for the love of God, I wish we could retire this costume. The only way I'll let it slide, the only way I'll give them a pass, the only way I will let it go is because since he is supposed to be a brand new Superman, he's a young Superman, he just became Superman not too long ago and he's still trying to figure it out. If this is the first iteration of his costume and his costume progresses over the course of time, then I'll accept it, because even in Superman and Lois, when we saw flashbacks of when he moved to Metropolis and when he first became Superman, he did have the tidy whitey costume on and looked like shit. So just like, why are we starting with the tidy whitey? I like, they got my man drawers outside his costume. But the second thing that bothered me, the second thing that bothered me, and a lot of you who follow my channel, you know where I'm going with this. Somebody whooped his ass. When the trailer starts, he's in the middle of the snow, bleeding, coughing up blood. Somebody whooped his ass. And there was a moment in the trailer where we saw him holding a robot, which I assume was like Calyx or something. He'll probably eventually turn out to be Brainiac. But somebody whooped his ass. So then when he's in the snow after getting his ass beat by whoever, he starts whistling. And I'm like, what's he whistling for? Who is he calling? Like, he has no friends. He's Superman. And then he whistles again. And then you just see like a huge mountain of snow coming. And then when I looked, I was like, oh, Lord, they done brought in this damn dog. Oh, my God. And I said this in the Superman and Lois review, because there was a moment in the Superman and Lois review where Superman was monologuing the end of the series. And instead of telling us what happened to all the other characters or what happened to each individual character on the show as they got older, 32 years later, he spent like 10 minutes talking about the fact that he bought a damn dog. And I'm like, don't nobody care about that damn dog. And I'm going to say this again. You got the Justice Society, you got Hawkman, you got the Green Lantern Corps, you got Mr. Terrific, you got Lex Luthor, you got all those people. I'm telling, don't nobody care about this damn dog. Like, can we stop trying to make the dog a thing? Like nobody cares about Crypto. And then I was like, for the love of God, if we have Crypto, they're going to give Batman a dog too. Jesus Christ. But that was it. That was the only two things. That was the only two problems I had with it. Was just his tidy whities and the damn dog. But other than that, I like the trailer. I'm looking forward to see the movie. Creature Commandos is good. I love Creature Commandos. And it looks like we're kicking this thing off very well. James Gunn, you are on the right track so far, sir. But we still have to see the product, before we can truly, make a decision. But so far, I say the yay. And thank you for tuning in for this trailer review. So share your questions, comments, and or concerns. Like I said, let me know what you thought about the trailer of Superman. Were there things about it that you like? Were there things about it that made you be like, I don't know about this one? But share your questions, comments. Are you okay with the dog? Are you okay with the tidy whitey Superman? Share your questions, and we will continue to talk about it. Check out my other reviews, because like I said, right now we're doing Creature Commandos. Marvel's What If just started, so we're going to do Marvel's What If 2. And then we got Harley Quinn, so we're going to have Creature Commandos, we're going to have Marvel's What If, and we're going to have Harley Quinn, and I believe Peacemaker starts sometime in January, and we're going to review that too. So until next time, guys, for some more Red Eyes Entertainment, check out my channel for all your superhero needs, and until then, up and away, because we's back, baby, and we're out there. Yeah!